Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
Broadcasting around the world.
Well, hello.
This is your number one internet radio station.
Goodbye grey sky, hello blue, and nothing can hold me when I hold you. Feels so right, it can't be wrong. I'm rocking and rolling all week long. Oh, I'm glad I've got some participation. Chris hates it when I do that.
Fantastic.
Oh, welcome to the Rich and a Little Bit of Chris show, live on Smile Radio. Today we've been joined by Max Marzipan.
Hello there.
How are we doing?
Super. Can I just say that thank you very much for having me. I know you're a busy man with the venue, the radio station, the current Mrs. Harrison. Very busy man, so thank you for taking the time.
You are very, very welcome, mate. You're very, very welcome. So, for those people who listen in or maybe might not know who Max Marzipan is, you are a member, one of the members of...
Big Rooster Jeff.
Big Rooster Jeff, BRJ.
BRJ.
BRJ. So, again, he's just sent the album over. I've only had listened to it a couple of times this week. But just before we kick it all off, where can the listeners find your music, Max?
You can find this at the moment. It's on YouTube. It's for sale on Bandcamp for £8.91. There's 9 tracks, so that makes it 99p per track. And it's going on Spotify very, very soon.
There we have it. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to kick off with the first track. Of course, we've got 9 songs, like you said, to go through. So we're going to play them all. We're dedicating the show today to Max Marzipan, the famous, infamous lead singer guitarist from the Big Rooster Jeff. But ultimately, it's all about Max Marzipan. So over to you, big man. What's the first track we're going to play?
This is called Roger Waters, and it's called that because it's like Roger Waters from Pink Floyd, except with the letters mixed up. So this one's called Roger Waters, and this one goes out to Roger Waters.
We're right back after this.
You're listening to Rich and a little bit of Chris with Smart Radio.
Welcome back to the Rich and a Little Bit of Chris show without Lee or Chris. It's just me and Max Marzipan.
I'm going to say, don't forget me.
Don't worry, I haven't forgot about you, big man. I'm loving that.
Thank you.
We were just talking off air and how mellow it is, and yeah, I mean it's only the second time I've listened to it. I've only listened to the whole album once, and I've listened to a couple of the tracks twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, loving that.
Thank
I'm
you.
loving that.
It's really kind, thanks.
And I found out today, because obviously, as we mentioned earlier, Max is part of the Big Rooster Jeff, and Pat, who is, in my humble opinion, is a phenomenal drummer. And
It's not bad. Yeah.
I actually thought, and this is praise to the actual drummer who did most of the drumming on this album.
Uh-huh.
It's praise to him indeed. So I'll ask you again, because it's no good talking off air. So who I presumed, and obviously it was the rest of the band that helped you with this solo.
Aye.
And I'll let you take that away, because I was completely wrong.
A lot of people did. Yeah, a lot of people assumed that it was Pat that was doing the drums on it because it's tight and it's brilliant. And Pat is a brilliant drummer, so they just heard brilliance and they just thought, this has got to be Pat. But wrong, it's Ruben doing it. And Pat appears on track 4 when I really needed a soulful groove, and Pat's got them years of experience where he can lock that in. Rube's fairly new to drumming, so he's so good, like pound for pound, Ruben as a drummer. But you need someone with years of experience to get that soulful groove. So Pat comes in and does that on track 4. All else is Ruben.
Yeah, they are such a. I'm really, Ruben. I'm really sorry, because I'm a dinosaur and I'll get it wrong. But they are very, very talented, from playing the the organ at the church, to keyboards, to drums, to wow.
All the extra instruments, apart from guitar, I laid down guitar, vocals and bass. Everything else you hear is mostly Ruben. He did saxophone, he did the keys, he did drums, he did synths, all over the place. He knocked it together. And the extra instrumentation as well is, he composed most of that as well. You know, like, often I'd jump in and I'd say, Rube, I can hear it doing this. But the vast majority of it, like those extra overdubs, you just come up with them on the spot. It's crazy.
So, in regards to obviously, we'll come. I can't remember which track it is where you've got other vocals on, and I know it obviously couldn't have been Pat or Ruben, but well, you don't know him today, do you? But anyway, I won't say what you said. What it might be.
Yeah.
Pat on the beads, but anyway.
I don't want to get shut down.
So, in regards to that, why did you kick off the album with an instrumental?
I wanted this album to feel like a giant song, and most songs usually start out with instruments and no words. The words usually come in after. So I wanted this to be sort of like a fractal, if you will, of a song. I wanted it to be just like a big song. So I thought I'll start out with instruments and then build on top of that. Next track vocals come in. So it's like a building experience. This is very much one of those albums, I think, where I want it to be listened to in order. You can't listen to it on shuffle. If you do, I'll know, and I'm coming for you. I'll shut you down.
No, because I asked when Max sent it across the other day, so how do you listen to it? It says listen to it on as I've sent it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
So I did.
In order. Good man.
I did.
Good man.
And the current Mrs. Harrison, so we're listening. I actually got it on my laptop. I was doing some stuff for the radio. I got a laptop on my lap, and we're listening to it in bed. And you got the thumbs up from the current Mrs. H. So
super.
Praise indeed.
That's excellent. Really good news. Yeah. So going back to what you said, I wanted to start out with instrumental because of that reason. I want it to be a fractal big song, and also just thought calm before the storm.
It is mellow. Yeah. It's mellow. It's really, it's be one of them good songs. Not that, if you just want to chill and just, close your eyes, put some headphones on, and just It's a nice, it's a mellow
Have a
tune.
dunk in the bath if you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
A couple
yeah.
of candles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting in touch. Yeah, definitely. So the next song, which is this is the first single is coming off this album. Is that
That's
right?
right. Yeah, Marzipan Friends.
So tell us about that one.
Well, this one's the one where the vocals come in, and everything else comes in, and it gets a bit harder. It gets a little bit rockier. Taste of things to come. This one, when Rube sent me the mix back, was like when I realised that I'm allowed to get deep with you here.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I want to know what it's all
He
about.
sent me this mix back, and I thought, I think I've completed my life's task here. I think I've completed my life's purpose in making this song and this record. As soon as I heard it, I thought, this is magic. This is what I've always wanted to do, and I hadn't really known it. Known I'd have a passion for music and that, but hearing that mix, I thought it's like something clicked, and I thought, mission accomplished, done it.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm very happy with this one, but I can't say to you that this is my favourite, because that sort of like changes every day, or like the one I'm most pleased with. But this was the one where, when Rube sent me it through, I thought, we've really got something here. Really, really pleased about this one.
So the music, the composition, everything else, you wrote that, but was it a combination of you and Ruben?
Well, I wrote the chords and the lyrics and the bones of the song, if you will. But a lot of the bits that go on top of it, like the vocal harmonies, the orchestral sections and things like that, a lot the cherry on the cake of the song, if you will, that's Ruben's composed a lot of that. Yeah.
Such a talent. I mean, the whole band. I mean, I remember the first time I come across you. Yeah, it's when we literally first launched the station.
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
isn't it?
that's
3
right.
years ago.
Yeah.
I think you were the first in the studio, if memory
Maybe.
serves.
Could have been, yeah.
I think you were. I mean, Chris has got a memory like a planet. He's like an elephant, honestly. And I always refer to him. You know, going back to when we were kids. If I were, before mobile phones, I'd used to say to him, "Chris, remember this number?" And
Yeah.
he'd remember it. So I owe a lot of my
Like
single life
Yeah.
to my very good friend
Wow.
Chris. Yeah.
So he's like Rain Man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's, and I'm not just saying it. And I'd say if he was here, he's genuinely probably one of the most intelligent people, believe it or not, that I actually know. His knowledge is vast about any kind of subject.
Yeah.
He's very opinionated, but it's his own opinion on stuff. It's not
Sure.
something that he's read or, do you know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
people plagiarise something, it's it's this, and
Yeah.
take it off as their own. Yeah.
He's a very funny man.
Oh, he
And,
is.
I think that often ties in with intelligence. I've found, like, if someone's really funny, usually they'll be really smart as well.
Yeah, he is very, very funny, and we've had some good giggles over the years. But
Yeah.
anyway, if it's all right with you, I'll let you announce the second track we're going to play. So over to you.
By all means. This is Max Marzipan on Smile Radio, and you're listening to Marzipan Friends.
In an episode, you wanna seem like you don't know where. A bottle of pills and a burnout Eskimo. Whoa. We were the Marzipan Friends, then you had to go turn up the heat on us. We all got taught to kill and dance by the river in 10 speedy ants. We were the Marzipan Friends, then you had to go turn up the heat on us. We all got taught to kill and dance. Dance, dance, dance. We were the rest of your lives, honey, your secrets are secrets. We were the best of the time. We were the rest of your lives, honey, your secrets are secrets. We were the best of the time.
and Chris and Drive Time Smile Radio.
That's some finish.
It's some end, is it? You made me laugh then with your face like, is it over? Where is it? Is it happening?
Thing is, it gives you the full run of the time lap on the actual track,
Yeah.
but you don't know if that's just a bit of dead air.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I'm loving that, man. I'm loving it. Loving
you.
it. So we've got some fantastic messages on Facebook. So we've got a few people watching. So there's Patrick Spillane, Aunt Dill.
Who are those guys?
I've no idea.
Couple of
We've
vagabonds.
got Chris Howarth watching. We've got also Richie Lambert. Not quite how I was expecting from the dude in the pink jacket. Getting some Bowie here, unusual vocals, but in a good way. Sound like it would be a great show to catch.
That's a great compliment.
Massive compliment.
I'll take the Bowie comparison any day of the week. Yeah, man. Thank you.
So it is but I have had the pleasure of listening to the whole album. But as you will all get to hear throughout the course of the next hour and a half, I think we've got. Yeah, so we've still got a 2-hour show. But yeah, it's tell us about that. The lyrics, how you come about that. What?
Well, I'll tell you, as I was telling you earlier on, like it's sort of the biggest story, like the longest story of it. So when I was 14, I heard "Welcome to the Black Parade," My Chemical Romance, and it just lit me up, absolutely lit me up. Big shout out to Jack Williamson, introduced me to that track, and something went off inside me, and I thought, I've got to make something like this. This is what I want to do. I want to do what they're doing. And I knew it, and that stayed within my subconscious, but I didn't think about it like hardly at all. And it wasn't until I received the mix of this track from Ruben that it just ticked, and I thought, I've done it. I've gone and done it without even putting any conscious effort or attention into doing that particular thing. I'd forgotten that I'd given myself that task, and I really feel like I wanted to make something that was of the scale of that was like as imaginative and different as that is. And I feel like in every way, Marzipan Friends really does that to me. It's not a flex or a boast. I'm not trying to like wave a flag and say this is great. Just to me, it makes me feel the same way that song made me feel when I first heard it. I feel like it's just the way I feel. And I hope that maybe someday one person listens to Marzipan Friends and gets that same feeling. I really do.
So why Marzipan Friends?
Marzipan Friends is like it's like marzipan, like being sweet, like being an idyllic sort of like childhood friendship.
Sorry, he's knocking glasses out. Keep him away from electrics.
So Marzipan Friends is like that, but obviously like marzipan is like it can be cooked. So the next lyric is like, we were the Marzipan Friends. Then you had to go turn up the heat on us. And the marzipan sort of like melts.
Yeah.
Things change. And then it says, we all got taught to kill and dance by the river. And that's about this really wacky theory that I've got, that some child stars are like programmed to be assassins.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Very, very, very profound.
You don't write odd music like this without having a few odd thoughts,
No, but that's one thing, I listen to various songs, and I was listening to Ed Sheeran today on Radio 2, and he was on Zoe Ball's show, and he was talking about how he's written a lot of rubbish songs, in his opinion.
Yeah.
But he's had to get them out.
Yeah,
He's had to write them. But to be able to, there's certain lyrics in songs. I remember there's one that current Mrs. H, and it's the Beatles. I'm not a massive Beatles fan.
Me neither.
But there's a song called "In My Life." It's only short songs, about 2 minutes 20 seconds, something like But it's on about lovers and friends that you've met. And my interpretation, what it means to me, is that we've all loved people before, but in my life, I love you more. So it's my song to the current Mrs. H.
That's beautiful.
So, but it's very poignant because we've all got a past.
Sure.
There's all stuff that's gone on, and but where I find myself now is and
It's great, man.
Yeah.
Please fire.
Yeah, and the other thing as well in regards to music, There's what song was it? I mean, I'm not a massive Coldplay fan, but there's a I forget what song it is now. It said, "For you, I bleed myself dry,"
Oh yeah.
and the pain in that lyric, the love,
Yeah.
in you know what I mean. To be able to pen that, I just think's genius.
I'm surprised he's not a Coldplay fan because he dressed like one.
What are my shorts and flip flops? And Morrissey with a flower in my back pocket.
So would you like to know about the chorus?
Yeah, please. Yeah,
touched on,
please do.
the
Please.
verses.
Yeah.
The chorus says, "We were the rest of your lives. We were the best of the time." And that's honestly an ode and a tribute to my beloved bandmates in Big Rooster Jeff. When I first wrote this record, that was when the first lockdown had begun. And I didn't know if it was going to go on indefinitely. I didn't know if we were going to end up in some kind of Hunger Games scenario or where it still might. What's going to happen? And I thought, are we ever going to get to play again as a band? I don't know. But I've got to document this in the music that I'm making now. And so that chorus is about my beloved bandmates, Ruben and Pat and BRJ as a whole. It's saying that before we got locked away and restricted, we were primed to be at the centre of as fans' lives. It says the lyrics say, "We were the rest of your lives. We were the best of the time." And I believe that we were the best of the time and still are.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the guys live, it's definitely worth the visit.
Thank you.
And I can I've been a couple of times, and we've arranged events as well. And once the Smile Bar and venue is open, we will have the big RJ there.
We are so there.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing all sorts of different stuff going on. But yeah, we'd love you to come on and strut your stuff.
Absolutely.
So, third song. Let's get it out there. The third song.
Yeah, this is Troubles Upon Your Mind.
So we'll hold that thought, and we'll talk about this one when we come back right after Trouble's Got You Upon Your Mind. So I've just had another message from Patrick. He says, "We're gonna have to." Oh, it's Ant actually. Gotta go, but catch up with the rest a little later. Max, you're a legend.
You too, lad.
Bomb. Right back after this.
Troubles that you weigh upon your mind help us send to bury you. The words come true, it's crashing all the time. How to live inside your mind. Can't escape the feeling that you're dying on me. need you too.
You're listening to Rich and a little
Sorry we
bit
were
of
late, but we were
Chris
just
with
tuning.
Smile Radio.
Oh,
Got invaded then, didn't we?
where's this coming from?
Sideline invaders.
Just bear with us, I'm not quite sure where
Get up!
this, not sure where music's coming from. There we go. Sorry about that. Well, at least you know we're live.
That was our very planned interlude.
Yeah, you could tell with the sheer panic on my face. Where the bloody hell's that coming from? Oh, so back on track.
Aye.
Tell us about that song.
Troubles Upon Your Mind. Well, it's a shame that Ant Dill has clocked out now, because he's actually very much responsible for this song. Because he took me and Ruben to go and see Robert Plant, the man himself, in Leeds at a secret gig that he were doing. There were only like 200 folk there. It were nuts. It were just in this bar called Hi-Fi in Leeds. 200 people tops, I'm telling you. And Robert Plant were there, and we were like, 10 feet away from him. And Dilworth knew someone on the door, so he got word off this guy, yeah, Robert Plant's here. So he just messaged us one day and took us. Something that only Dilworth is capable of, things like that. And anyway, the last one that was supporting Robert Plant, called Alice Phoebe Lou, and she really blew us away. She were really special as well, and I really liked what she were doing. Is it wasn't too complicated on the guitars. It was just sort of like these like 3-note sort of chords, or at least it looked that way to me. But it was more important what she was doing on her voice, and I really took that in. And I watched and I thought, maybe I could have a go at that, because as you probably know, like some guitar work on BRJ stuff is like a little complicated. It's not all like dead simple, and as it is on this record as well, up until Troubles Upon Your Mind. So I've been putting a lot of effort into like making complicated, original, cool sounding new little licks on guitar. And then after I saw Alice Phoebe Lou at that gig with Robert Plant, I just thought, write a song where you just dial it back. It's right simple on guitar, and you can concentrate on making a right nice vocal melody. And that's where Troubles Upon Your Mind comes from. So big shout out Anthony Dilworth, taking us to that, taking me and Ruben Jones. Big shout out Alice Phoebe Lou, good artist. And big shout out Robert Plant. I think he's going to be really big one day. He's got potential as that lad.
Stick at it, son.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. So, getting back to you, obviously we've got a few to get through, but the next track, Woman.
Woman, yeah.
So tell us about that one.
Woman is, if I can be frank, Richard, that's like a song about the saddest thing that I've ever come to know is my time as a human in this realm, is that when you're separated from somebody that you love, whether it's a friendly love or romantic or anything, after a time it becomes easy to think badly of that person. And this is my attempt, this song, to remember someone as they truly were. I'll put this down so I can remember someone as they actually were, and then it's like that forever then.
Yeah. Well, I get that. Yeah. That's quite moving, actually.
Thank you.
And it's almost cathartic as well, because I think if you're not careful, things can eat away, can't they? And
really can.
And it can tarnish the memories and
Yeah.
of what things were like.
So often I've thought of people in the past that have like left my life, and how often is it that like you think a bad thing rather than a good thing? That ain't good. And this particular person, I thought, I spent like a quarter of my life with this person, and I don't want badness to be creeping in. So soon after we separated, wrote that song. I thought, that's there, stone, forever then. And the lyrics, as it says, she was a fine but wounded woman. And so that's my attempt to remember her as she was, fine but wounded.
I think we should play it, don't you? Let's
Yeah,
play
go
it.
on then. Yeah.
Let's play it. So this is Woman by Max Marzipan, live on Smile Radio. So don't forget, we're on Instagram and Twitter at Smile Radio 3, or we're on Facebook Live, and that's Smile Radio Yorkshire. If you want to drop us a message, please do so, or you can email me, Richard at smileradio.co. Let us know your thoughts. We'll be right back after this.
She was a fine but wounded woman. I didn't know time wouldn't heal her. She was my companion when I was alone, wanting to be near her. I felt so strong, I knew that we belonged. I didn't know time wouldn't heal ya. Ooh, ooh.
ignition, strap in. You're about to listen to the hottest sounds. It's the hottest mixtape in the world, and you've got it.
This is your Smile Radio, the home of the best new music, best rock, pop, alternative, and great entertainment. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Welcome back, boy.
Alright.
I'm loving that. I love the introduction of the female backing singer.
Yeah, that track was the one that I had the most fun making by a million miles. My beloved sister came in, Corey Howe, and she laid down the best backing vocals. She composed them in her own time. Like she listened to the track and just thought, I'm gonna lay this down. So good. We had so much fun.
Beautiful tone.
Yeah.
Do you know? I hope she don't mind me saying. She reminds me a little bit of Jackie Abbott.
Who's that?
She used to be in Beautiful South.
Oh yeah.
Paul Eaton and Jackie Abbott.
Yeah. Beautiful South. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a beautiful tone.
Dilworth always puts Beautiful South on after he's had a few cans. Shut up, listen to this, right? Beautiful South.
I must admit, I went to see him Sheffield probably about 3 or 4 years ago.
Right.
Yeah, I saw Beautiful South, saw Jackie Abbott and Paul Eaton, House Martins back in the day. Show me age now.
Yeah.
But yeah, loving that tune.
Thanks.
Loving it.
Yeah, I'm really glad she came onto it. She's so talented. She's actually recording an album of her own with Ruben at the moment, so that'll be out.
Is she gonna be coming onto the world famous Smile Radio to?
No, she's too good for you. That. No, I'm sure.
That's brilliant.
I'm sure she'd love to come on. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, are your mum and dad really musically?
They are. Yeah. I'm blessed with musical blood. I think my great grandma, or maybe great was a concert level pianist.
Really?
Yeah. My mum's a fantastic musician, really great sense of melody, nice voice, and flute and piano player. And my dad, while he doesn't have the he can sort of just whack a melody anywhere or like come up with a lyric off the top of his head. So I'm really blessed to have that sort of like combination. 'Cause, you know, my dad's like the spontaneous improviser. My mum's the one who's got a real sort of understanding of like music theory and like classically trained. And really blessed to have that combination.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really envious because I can't play the spoons. You know, it's just I'm not dedicated enough, but I love my music. It's everything like from Beautiful South to a bit of AC/DC. But yeah.
Well, I've got something for you now. Once you're finished with your venue, why don't I come and teach you something?
All right,
you decide what instrument you want to learn.
I've got my daughter bought me a ukulele for Father's Day about 3 years ago, and I'll hold you to that. I
cannot play ukulele, but for
guitar,
you, Rich, I'll learn ukulele so that I can teach it to you.
No, just to learn the guitar, just the basic. I'm never going to be. I'd just like to be able to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like when I remember watching you at the 360 Club in Leeds. Not this time, but so I couldn't make it this time. But again, it's all morphed. How long ago is that? It's a couple of years.
2 years.
2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, 2.5 years maybe.
And just watching you with you remind me of what was it? The Technicolor Dreamcoat on you had on.
Yeah.
But you were just the licks and stuff that you were doing with your guitar, and I'm in awe. I'm thinking, how do you even learn to do that? You know, I'm like that with my tongue hanging out, like trying to play, D, and then you've got to strum as well, otherwise you don't get a tune. But yeah, it's
Well, like I said, I'm really blessed with having musical blood. I'm really blessed with having a family that encourages music as well. And so many kids I've heard just get told to shut up. I started out with violin. That was my first instrument, and that can give you an idea of what patient people my parents are. Because if I had a kid that was like playing violin, I'll tell them, get in cupboard under the stairs, Harry Potter, shut up. I wouldn't be encouraging that sound, but they did.
But a violin played properly is a beautiful sounding
Isn't
instrument.
it just? Yeah.
But when you're learning to play it,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
A good few years for me to not sound like a bag of dead cats. It really did. But yeah, that's how wonderful those people are. They said, "Come on, Max, keep making this horrible noise, please." They encouraged me to practice, encouraged me to get good, and they really wanted the best from me. And so I did. Well, I didn't practice half as much as I should, and still don't. But moved from violin onto guitar. Really blessed to have started on that violin journey. So it gave me the ability to play
I know
strings,
this probably sounds a stupid question, but you can read music, because
I could. Now I can read it, like just the same as I can like read German at like one letter a minute. I couldn't like read a German book to you. I couldn't like have a piece of music in front of me and play it like that.
Really?
Ruben can. I don't have that ability. I did when I was younger, when I was like training on violin, but I've just lost it.
Because my daughter were playing the trumpet, and she got quite good.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of, she's 13, nearly 14, and.
Sure.
But I have no idea why the trumpet, but she got really, really good at it. And she can read music.
Aye.
And it's definitely from a mum's side, because a great great granddad, he got an MBE for services to the Sturton Male Voice Choir.
Oh, aye.
What a voice. I mean, when I first met him, he must have been, I don't know, must have been in his 70s. And we went out for dinner once somewhere, and it's the song Boys from the Old Brigade, and he stood up and he was a bit bad on his pins, and he's got his walking stick in it, he got up and they asked him to sing, and obviously he got up. What a voice. I could not believe this voice that came from this frail old man.
Sure.
But what a voice. But yeah, for him to get his, and I think he got to 99, bless him, and he tapped out. But
it's a good innings.
But he's very musical. Musical. So definitely Lily's got that from, it's not from me.
It's a phenomenon how it passes through the blood.
But do you not think, though, that you need an element of natural ability, though? There has to be an element of, I know you can work and you can teach yourself and you can be taught.
I don't know.
I do, because it don't, for some reason, it don't compute. I mean, I'm very practical. I can build pretty much anything. I can turn my hand to.
Sure.
But
well, this is the thing. I don't have that side.
Yeah.
And a lot of musicians don't. Like my current favourite musician, minus Bob Dylan, because I don't count him as a musician. He's like a spiritual being.
Yeah.
Current favourite musician, John Frusciante from Red Hot Chili Peppers. He can't drive a car. He doesn't have a bank account, and he lives a really strange life. But he's the greatest guitar player. He's just phenomenal. Yeah. And like you were saying, you've got the practical ability, not the musical. It's really, really uncommon to have both.
Yeah.
Like I did this thing last year called a dopamine fast, which is sort of like a spirit quest. Like I went 24 hours without doing anything. I didn't speak to anyone. I didn't eat. I didn't go on my phone, listen to music or anything. I just sat with myself. And after that 24 hours, I realised like who I am and what I am. And I had this process of self-actualization. And I thought, I know what it is. For ages, I thought, I get some pretty good ideas. I get some pretty stupid ideas. So I'm one of those stupid people that's convinced that he's clever, or am I one of those clever people that's actually an idiot? And after this 24 hours sitting by myself, I realised both. I'm half genius, half idiot. There it is. And it came to me, and that's that. Like, I don't have that practical ability. I couldn't tie my own shoes until I was like 10 years old. Richard. Proper. I only learned to blow my nose when I was 18. I'm not kidding. But I've got I've got the music, and hopefully I can make a career out of it.
Well, I love. I think I'm not saying it while you're here, because both Chris and I have been massive advocates of, Big Rooster Jeff and you guys, and just like I said, I've been to see you at various different. I remember the music shop in Dewsbury. It's not there anymore, is it?
Oh, that record store, yeah.
And in that little back room, a little one was there, and she was like, "Dad, it's a bit loud."
It was a very small room for putting music on. Yeah. I know you only come for freebies.
I was driving.
Trying to deceive me. I was driving.
I was driving. Yeah.
There's no policemen listening.
No. That's one thing I've never done, mate. I've never drunk and drove.
Good for you.
Um,
Good for you.
I think Chris is. Oh, loving this. Missing Kim Jong. Chris though, his health and his health problem.
Chris.
I think that must be Ruben that's put that on.
Oh, he's asking for it there.
Yeah, you're lucky he's not here.
He's going to re-put his sauce there. As well.
Right then, shall we play track number 5?
Absolutely, yes.
Right. So over to you.
This track is called My House. My Life on Islands. Is it My Life on Islands or My House?
My House on
My
Island.
House on Islands. Sweet.
Good job we're live in it. Right back after this.
Silhouette, help me forget. The bats have come, they're riding on the wall. The cupid falls and you can swat it all. Silhouette, help me forget. Help me forget. Bring the spring when all you had to think about was I can't believe you haven't met my new girl. She'll spend my time on diamonds singing, spare my life. But I have built my house on islands. I'm not afraid to take the dive. Silhouette, when we first met, when we first, the rats have come to climbing up the wall. The cupid falls and you can swat it all. Bring the spring when all you had to sing about was I can't believe you haven't met my new girl. She'll spend my time on diamonds singing, spare my life. But I have built my house on islands. I'm not afraid to take the dive. Yeah, yeah.
Mendes Harrison over the ball. Mendes it is who takes it. And to the penalty spot. White header! Oh, what a save! But it's Poland. It's Patrick Bamford who follows in from close range to tap the ball home. Bamford's back amongst the goals. And the Coppets can celebrate as Leeds go 2 in front.
She'll spend my time on diamonds singing, spare my life. But I have built my house on islands. I'm not afraid to take the dive. She'll spend my time on diamonds singing, spare my life. But I have filled my mind with science and a cursed compromise. So I'm not afraid to take the dice. And I'm not afraid to take the dive. I'm not afraid to die.
Colonel Bacchus, he's your host. Yes, the host with the most. With the song he's singing that'll make your ears bleed. Colonel Bacchus is a DJ. Yes, the craziest DJ. He plays movies and music music and it's strange as the Godzilla sang. From the dubstep noise, loud bass on top of that, to the shrill of the giant shrews, the oddest, weirdest, strangest show the radio ever knew. Colonel Bacchus is the host, yes, a host that won't toast. What a kook, what a ruler, what a nightmare come truer was he. Colonel Bacchus radio show from Tennessee, Fridays at 6 p.m. on Smile Radio.
Rich and Chris and Drive Time, Smile Radio.
Welcome back to the Rich and a Bit of Chris show without Lee or Chris, just me and Max Marzipan live in the studio. So yeah, don't forget, 6 o'clock straight after this, we have Colonel Bacchus Mad as a Fish show. And at 7 till 8, we've got the JJK show. And the 8 till 10, we've got the indie artist playlist. And 10 till midnight, the Punk and the Princess. So, loving that, man.
Thank you.
I know it sounds a bit only because you're here, but when you listen to it again, I've actually a chance to listen to the lyrics properly as well. Because I am, as I said earlier, I'm about lyrics. I mean, I love the melody and all the arrangement and everything else, but I do like the lyrics. So yeah, I'm going to give that a bit more of a listen. But I did have a message from Chris actually. What did he say? Bear with. What did he say to me?
Okay,
what did he say? Where were it? Oh.
Boomer alert.
I'll find it because I can't read some of the stuff that he sent me.
Yeah. Bit blue.
bit of blue for the dads, yeah. Anyway, I'll let you talk about my house on Ireland.
Well, as you know, it had that Leeds United sample in the middle of it, and that was Ruben's idea. We had that middle section, and Ruben said, because I'm a big Leeds man now, and Ruben said, should we whack in a bit of a commentary from like a great Leeds United goal? And I believe that particular one, I think that was the goal that scored that got us up to Premier League.
Yeah.
I think, or like around that time, like it helped us like win and get promoted, or maybe it was a goal that scored that made us win Championship. A really key goal, and it just fits so well. That was one of Ruben's wacky ideas that he just has, and he just says, should we do this? And Alfie's thinking, that is ridiculous. And then you hear it, and he's right.
Yeah.
That's happened so many times on this album. He just gets this inspiration.
But he's, I mean, is he getting good at writing lyrics? Is he?
He can write lyrics, yeah. I've not seen a lot of them. I've seen pieces of paper dotted around the practice studio, crumpled up like little poppadoms, where he's written lyrics. So he is an aspiring lyricist, and I've got no doubt that it'll be a good one. It's like you were saying earlier on about what Ed Sheeran said about like he's written good songs and bad songs. I've said to Ruben, and this is something that I discovered when I started writing songs. I just told myself, like, you must begin writing songs, and the first few songs are probably going to be bad because no one's great at something when they begin. You've got to get those bad songs out of the way so you can start writing good songs.
Yeah.
And you've just got to admit to yourself, like, I'm a beginning songwriter, I'm a beginning lyricist. I'm going to write some shoddy songs and then I can get on to writing good ones.
Yeah.
So I've tried to like get that through to Ruben. Like, if you think you can't write lyrics, just do it, write some lyrics, and then write some next lyrics, and we'll get better and better every time.
Because when I listen to like some of the big Rooster Jeff stuff, is it MPC or that reminds me a little bit of Bohemian Rhapsody, where it just, is it MPC or is it
Oh, I think you're probably thinking of MPC, yeah, where at the end where it's proper epic and changes.
Yeah, and it takes you on a journey, and the lyrics to that, and you listen to that again and again, and if it's all right, we'll play that when we finish.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that, sure.
Because there's that, and MPC, what was the other one that I'm telling which was my favourite?
Redshift?
There's Redshift, and initially Redshift was my favourite. And then it moved to MPC, and then Chris ribbed me because he liked that one first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
and Gigantic Asses as latest hit. That's you're gonna love that one.
When's that coming out?
I don't just made it up.
Oh. Thing is, it wouldn't surprise me.
Good. I'm glad you think of that, Filthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that song, My House on Islands, with that Leeds thing in particular, I felt that was really important because this whole album's been just about sort of a journey that I've gone through in the last few years. In Woman, the track before, that's obviously talking about a breakup.
Yeah.
And after that breakup, I filled my life with a couple of things, and Leeds United were one of those. I just accidentally ended up going to Elland Road. I wasn't even a football man at all.
I didn't think you were.
No, I wasn't. And then the night that Leeds got promoted into Premier League, I was with my friend, the same guy that showed us My Chemical Romance, actually, that I gave a shout out to earlier, when I was 14. With him, and he showed me a live stream, and he said, "Oh, I wish I were there outside Ellen Road." Showed me this live stream of all lads jumping around, kicking dustbins over and all that. Proper hooligans. And he said, "I wish we were there." And I said, "Why don't we go? I'm sober, I've got my car." And he was like, "Really? Can we go, Uncle Max? Will you take me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, all right. I'll take you." So I took him down to Ellen Road, and we were giving it all that, jumping around outside, marching on together and all this, now proper belting them all out like as if I were like actually a Leeds fan. But then by the end of it, it was just in my head, and I'd just been like brainwashed with all of these Leeds songs, and I just thought, this is great actually. There's like thousands of lads out here, and they're all loving it, and that sense of togetherness.
Yeah.
It were really what I needed at the time.
Yeah.
And it's just a good thing. I've been a solid Leeds man ever since, and so that My House on Islands, that's sort of a dedication to that, to say like thank you for coming into my life at that time, and filling a big hole, and still providing much joy and merriment to this day. Hopefully pick up a few points against Norwich.
Yeah. I think they'll be all right this year. I think they'll stay up. I do think they'll stay up, even though they lost that World Cup.
Yeah.
They're concentrating on the league anyway.
Of course, yeah. Bielsa wants to get me off a bench a time or two. I'll get him a big goal. I think that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Me and Messi just sat on the bench, just playing on his Game Boys. He needs to get one of us on pitch.
He does. Yeah, I'd definitely pay to watch you all.
I bet you would.
It'd be entertaining anyway. But yeah, I still think, we play, me, Chris, and a few of the lads of East Mall, we still play five-a-side on a Monday night. And,
Why?
Yeah, and it just reminds me, I am actually 50 now.
Yeah.
And it takes me like 2 days to get over it.
Of course, yeah.
But certain elements, I were never the most gifted, and much flair or finesse. I was carrying the holiday weight from 7 years ago.
Aye.
I was relatively fit. I had a good engine, and I didn't mind mixing it. But yeah, there's certain things you think your brain is saying, "I'm going to do this," and then your body's going, "Are you having a laugh?"
Aye. I get that after I've come off stage. Why did you bend in that peculiar manner, man? Why did you do that?
Yeah, you are definitely a brilliant frontman. I'll give you that.
Thank
you are
you.
definitely, you're an entertainer. It's like, I think every band, they need a really good. I went to see, and I have to say, probably one of the best live gigs I've seen. I went to see James at the Victoria Theatre in Halifax.
Oh yeah.
Great little venue, beautiful, lovely building. And what a frontman. He's off his rocker.
Is he?
Yeah, he climbed up the gantry, he's walking along the balcony, and literally, they're holding his hand, and if they'd let go,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's some trust.
Yeah, definitely. And he was crowd surfing, and Tim, he's just, what an amazing frontman. What a gig that was. It
I
was
like to
amazing.
watch some videos, take some inspiration.
Yeah, yeah. And when I watched you, like I said, going back at 360, and you were in your own little bubble. I mean, whoever were there I'm not saying they were irrelevant, but for you in that zone,
Yeah.
it didn't matter who was there, or you were just off on a little world of your own, and it's entertaining to watch. Do you know what I mean?
One of the greatest compliments I ever got given, maybe the greatest, was my dad's friend came to see us at this pub in Tingley, and it was raining, and it was on the same day as Leeds Fest, and no one were there. But I gave it as much as I give it a 360 club, and he said after my dad's mate, he said, I've seen Max a couple of times, and he said, he gives it as if he's playing Wembley at every single show. He said, and he said the only person he's ever seen that's like that is Freddie Mercury. And I thought, wow, that's some compliment. I was really, really pleased that he said that. That was Mr. Martin Blake, fantastic photographer. Big shout out.
Yeah. Anyone with pictures taken, get in touch.
So yeah, love performing. Love playing football as well. So if you ever need another man,
yeah, come down on a Monday night, 6
for
till
your,
is it 7 till 8 on a Monday night at Ossett High School? Yeah.
Ossett High School, right?
Yeah,
right.
come and boss it.
I like come down. Yeah. What position are you?
Well, normally I used to play centre midfield, but
Oh, yeah.
it's I'll spend a bit of time in goal, when I'm knackered and I'm
Yeah.
breathing out my rear end.
Yeah. I'm right wing, not politically.
Yeah.
Um,
Right then, shall we play another track?
So the next one. The
Number
next one
6.
is Selling Sunday Morning, I believe.
That is
So
correct. Well done.
The last track where that was a dedication to something that came into my life and helped me out, Leeds United. This one, Selling Sunday Morning, is a dedication to the other thing that came in and helped my life. So this is dedicated to my King, Jesus Christ. This is Selling Sunday Morning.
send you flowers from the next life. I'm only dreaming this one.
The Punk.
And the princess.
Hi, this is Daniel the Punk.
And Mika the princess.
Bringing you 2 hours of music and random bickering about random stuff.
Playing an eclectic mix of established and emerging artists, plus home of
The Track Off. Coming to you every Friday night at 10 p.m. on Smile Radio.
Head over to thepunkandtheprincess.com or on social media @punkandprincess.
Don't miss it and don't miss out. The Punk.
And the princess. Rich and Chris and Drive Time, Smile Radio.
Welcome back to the Rich and a Bit of Chris show without Lee or Chris. Just me and Max Marzipan live in the studio.
Just the cream.
Just the cream of the crop. So yeah, just interesting. We were talking off air in regards to how Max was saying that he found faith.
That's right.
We, and again, how did that happen? What was the thing that turned you to that?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I did that shout out as we were saying off air because I saw Tyson Fury doing it. He won a great victory, and then he said, "I dedicate this one to my Lord and Saviour Jesus Christ." And I thought, what a man! To do that, to like not say I'm the greatest, this and this and this, to actually like give the honour to someone else. And obviously his story, like Jesus has helped him to stay alive and to be a champion, so he gives the respect where it's due. And as soon as I saw him do that, I thought I want to do that. This for me is like releasing this album and having it be this successful and this good. That's like the musical equivalent really of like winning a title or winning a big fight, big personal victory. So I wanted to do the same as Tyson did. I think it's only right thing to do.
Oh, that's lovely. I mean, we were talking off air because we have a slightly different opinion of faith, and I personally don't really have any. And there's a bit of me that's a little bit probably envious of people who do have faith. But mine's going back to being a very young boy, and unfortunately my mum passed away when I was 12, and on the day of a funeral, I mean, my mum had MS and she suffered for 7 years. And on the day of the funeral, I'm laughing because I got a thwack off my dad, but only because the vicar or whatever he was just said it was God's will. And I said some very choice words to the vicar, and I got a cuff off my dad for being disrespectful. But and I just thought, well, if that's God's will, he can stick it.
Sure.
And so from that day on, and and again, I've no problem with people having faith in like I said, I'm pretty envious of it, but it's not for me because I just think I'm a facts man, and if you look at the Bible, it was 600 years after the event when it was written. So you talk about Chinese whispers, and and I remember watching a comedian talking about Joseph and getting. And I'm not being blasphemous or anything like that. I don't wish to offend anybody, but it just brought a smile to my face. We were talking about Joseph or a joiner on a building site, and Mary's pregnant, and the Immaculate Conception, and and you think about it, you can imagine in today going to work and saying, actually, my wife's pregnant, but it's an Immaculate Conception, really. Are you sure?
Well, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened. This is the thing. To me, I believe that like if you look into everything enough, it's a bit ridiculous. Like if you look into like atheism, like even atheism is requires one miracle. It requires something to come from nothing, like the Big Bang. Like how on earth did that even happen?
Yeah.
So that's like reality in the atheist version. Like reality starts with a miracle. And like the whole like universe, like how the sun's the same size as the moon, but it's actually way further away than the moon. When you look up and they're like say like two pennies, and they're like pretty much identical size. But what's actually happening apparently is the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon, but it's 400 times further away. So that's why they look like the same. What are the chances of that? Like honestly, like that to me that's ridiculous. That is like, that's the same chances as like someone being immaculately conceived.
Yeah.
So to me, I really look at like every view of reality, like atheism, Christianity, whatever, and all of it does have ridiculous aspects. But I've received great healing through it. So
No,
I
I've
go
a very
down that.
I've a very close friend who's for best part of probably 18 years has been suffering with cancer, but they have they have faith and they go to church and they've found solace in it, and it's given them strength and you know what I mean.
Sure.
And and again, I've got the utmost respect, and I'm not dissing anybody. You know, I wouldn't even say I'm an atheist because I'd like to think there's something.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm on about from my own personal experience.
Uh-huh.
That's where this comes from. It's nobody else's opinion. It's from me.
Good.
I'm that 12-year-old kid who was really angry and really sad and hurting.
Oh yeah, I get it.
And somebody turns out, well, the balls to you can stick it
Yeah.
up your ass because I don't believe in any of
I
this.
think I'd have done the same.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that has, it's stayed with me ever
Sure.
since. So, but I have the utmost respect for people who choose, and like a good friend of mine, like I say, I won't name names, but she's found
Aye.
faith and she's got inner strength from
Yeah.
that, and it's enabled her to, and that's powerful.
It is,
and if
yeah.
it works, fair play.
Sure. Well,
Fair
thank you.
play.
I appreciate the respect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and I genuinely mean that. I mean, I think you know me well enough, Max. We've known each other. I call a spade a shovel, so.
Yeah, I've known each other a bit too long, really. I should call it quits.
Time out, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Play me next song and I'm out of here.
But yeah, I'll quickly tell you about my healing if you don't mind.
Yeah, no,
while
you
we're still on
you
the
do that while I
subject.
get the next song. Go on, carry on.
I've been always really bad grudge holder. Really didn't know how to forgive people or myself. And my whole family's like that. We say amongst ourselves, no one holds a grudge like a Jones. We're all really, really bad for it. So one day after a series of bad things had happened to me, I was reading the Bible and I was reading the Lord's Prayer. This was like before I'd like properly become a Christian.
Yeah.
Really. I was just reading it just for some advice and some solace. I read the Lord's Prayer and it said, "Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us." And I thought, that's like a pledge. That's like saying, I want forgiveness,
Yeah.
so I must forgive others. And it's like a sort of like loop, but you've
Yeah.
got to kickstart that loop by forgiving others,
Self-fulfilling,
and then
yeah.
you can have that forgiveness in yourself as well. It's like saying to Jesus, like, thanks for forgiving me, looking out for what I've done wrong. I'll also do that to other people. And I thought, I can't be a deal breaker to God. Like, I've pledged here, like, I'll forgive others, you forgive me, I get it, this is how it works. So
Yeah.
I just did it. I just lined up all the people in my head that I had a grudge against, and I just said, you can go, I forgive you. And it felt like ghosts had shifted away from me. Like it literally felt like dark presence had like melted away and just like evaporated into air. Ever since then, my mind's been like 90% more clear, much less negative thoughts, like so much power in that experience, just reading Lord's Prayer and then saying, yeah, I will forgive these people. It's been like a disc wipe almost,
Yeah.
of like a lot of the bad parts of my consciousness. And as soon as I did that, that's when I realised that's where God's power is. Like, people are looking for him to like move a mountain or to do this. What's the one thing that needs to change in this world? It's the hearts of men. That's the only thing that can change the world, I believe. And he can do that. Changed mine. He's got the power to change the hearts of men. Twisting a mountain upside down or something like that's trivial compared, I think. He managed to change the hearts of men, and that's where it's at. And so I've been following ever since.
No, well, I doff my cap, I really do, because, I have every respect for people who have that and believe in that, and it's a sense of purpose, and and it can be anything from, I've got, like my dad and my sister are massively into the spiritual church, and I'm a bit skeptical, I'm not going to lie.
Aye.
But we've got a really good friend who supports the Samantha Sykes Foundation, and she's a medium, not a large. But
Hey!
and she actually told me something, and I'm not going to say on air, but that nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
And it was about my mum and
Right.
me as a kid, and it just took me back, and I'm not going to lie, it knocked me absolutely sideways, and I thought, how the hell did you know? How could you even know?
Aye.
And she just said, I've got a message from your mum, and she told me this thing, and yeah, it were.
That's very interesting.
And it just, even now, it's like, okay. And I did. I'd got a lump. I couldn't speak, and I went to, and we were out in the pub. And I wasn't drunk or anything. I just literally got there.
Yeah.
And she just thought, I'm really sorry to do it. I need to tell you. And have you seen the film Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore?
Yes. Yeah.
Where Whoopi Goldberg's, even these voices.
Yeah.
And that's, and I went and I didn't have a reading, but I just went and had a coffee and a chat, and she told me all of other stuff, which some of it were, I'm not buying that. I don't, yeah. And then there were a couple of other things and I just thought, God, what, how could you even know, you know?
That's really something.
Like I said, I want to believe there's something. It can't be just get up, wait till we, 65, 70, and then, you retire, and then you've popped your clogs, and that's it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Sure.
There's got to be something else. There's got to. I'd like to think so.
Innit? What do you want it to be?
I don't know.
What do you want
it
it to be? Like I had it put to me like quite simply. Like I had someone say something like, do you want to live in a world where it's like all an accident and like nothing matters, or do you want to live in a world where your actions do have real consequences and real weight? And there's like a good force that's looking out for you. And I'm like, that's what I want.
Do you know what? I'm a firm believer in karma. And Narelle, I spoke about Narelle earlier, and she does a wellbeing show on a Saturday morning, and she says, what you put out in the universe, you get back.
Sure.
And I believe that.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'd rather do a good turn than a bad one. But on the same token, I've got no problem in saying to somebody, I don't want to do that for you.
Yeah.
And I don't make any apologies for that.
I think there's merit in that.
But if I want to do something, and I've done it at a cost, not financial, but if I say I'm going to do something, I am very old school in that respect.
Aye.
But it's quite profound actually, Max, isn't it?
It's getting pretty deep, isn't it?
No, but it's quite cathartic. I quite like this. It makes a change from taking, doing Willie jokes and.
It does a bit. Like a weekly thing, the God Hour.
Yeah. Well, there's also the course, isn't there? Anyway, shall we play track 7?
Let's have it. Yeah. This is Hypersensitive.
That's correct. Yeah. You could see him looking through numbers in his head.
Where are we?
What number are we on?
Lucky I can count that far, isn't it?
Well, we ain't got to get his shoes and socks off yet. Anyway. So this is Hypersensitive. You're listening to Rich and a little bit of Chris with a side of Lee, minus Chris and Lee, with Max Marzipan, live on Smile Radio. Get in touch with us, Instagram and Twitter at Smile Radio 3 or Facebook Smile Radio Yorkshire. Drop me an email, richard@smileradio.co. Right back after this.
Envision being tuned just half a step up. The space between alienated and elevated. Strung out in mental clouds, all emotions amplified. Adjusted just a few hertz, so when it hurts, it hurts. Borrowing vibes from passers-by and cutting ties with guys who die inside at night. Lest you be swallowed by the fiend that follows and feasts. At least I perceived it, the spiritual attack is real. Memories of that place when we were reminded with song, with merriment, with gestures of grace. These are the true things everlasting. This world is just a passing chord.
Rich and Chris and Drive Time, Smile Radio.
I'm loving that. A shorter song, that though, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought I'd take it down a notch with that one, because it's all spoken word, and I thought no one really wants like to be like lectured for like more than 3 minutes. Like, no one wants to hear wacky ideas for that long. You know, my beloved dad, he introduced me to Allen Ginsberg when I was about 18, the great beat poet.
Yeah.
And it was a film that James Franco did called Howl. He played Allen Ginsberg, and that film like covers a lot of Allen Ginsberg's life and like this trial, and he reads the whole poem Howl like eventually throughout the film.
Yeah.
And Dad showed me that when I was 18, and we just turned all lights off and watched that, and it were like a psychedelic experience. It was nuts. There's so much stimulation from all these things that he's making you think about in his words, and there's some small animations as well that's going on around the back of it, illustrating everything, and I was just so blown away by that. One of the most profound like artistic experiences of my life. My dad showing me that, and I've always been into spoken word since then. And so I thought I wanted to put a bit of that on.
Do you like John Cooper Clarke?
I like what I've heard. I'm not a massive fan. I've not delved into it. My uncle read some John Cooper Clarke recently at my cousin's wedding. I Want to Be Yours, I think it is.
Yeah, I really like some of the stuff. I mean, some of it I don't get. I'm not going to lie, but it's like any art, isn't it? You know, it's all what's the word? Subjective. And you know, there's another word I'm looking for. It'll come to me in a minute.
Like open to interpretation.
Yeah. And you know, what I might see is not what you see.
Yeah.
And it's same with. I remember an interview with Liam Gallagher of all people. But I mean, Oasis have had a massive success, and I do love Oasis music, I have to say. And they asked him about, I forget which song it was. And this is, what does it mean to you?
Yeah.
And he says, doesn't matter what it means to me, does it? What does it mean to you?
Sure.
And I thought, that's genius.
Yeah.
It's true. And that's, you know, people are listening to your music. And I know, like, I have a different slant on it now because you've told me, as we've been going through the show this afternoon, what each song means. And when I listen, I am going to listen again. And it will mean more to me, I think, because I'll have your interpretation of it.
Yeah. I'm glad of that. I'm glad that I can be like heard and understood.
Yeah.
On that level, I feel like this album is me, like, more than any words that I can put across, or more than anything really. I feel like if someone wants to know me, then it's in this record. It really is. So it's really nice, and as you said earlier, cathartic feeling for me, for you to listen and understand, and for other people to do that.
Yeah.
I feel like I get myself across a lot better in these songs than I could in a conversation or anything really.
That's one thing I love. That's one thing I love about music, and again, it's all interpretation of whatever the track or the you know, it doesn't necessarily to be words to it. You know, it could be just the music of it, and it takes you to a point in time, good, bad, you know, happy, sad, and all that. You know, it's just, that's the beauty of music. And like I said, when to kind of phrase Liam Gallagher, what's it mean to you? You know, and that's the beauty of it. And it's one of the reasons why I set out doing this, because I just love, you know, and I'm envious because I can't play an instrument, but I'm at peace with that. But this is kind of the next best thing, really. You know? Absolutely,
yeah. It's a great thing that you do here. It really is.
You know, we love it, and it's like with Chris. And once when the venue opens, and we're gonna have a studio there. We're gonna have a recording studio, live lounge. So yeah, that'll be later next year. But hopefully the cafe bar of the venue should be opening in the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks with a bit of luck.
I'll come for a big breakfast.
God bless you. Yeah.
It's open for breakfast.
There'll be paninis and pastries and stuff like that.
Paninis and pastries. Yeah.
A nice pot of coffee.
I shan't refuse a hamper.
So yeah, right then. God, can you believe it? An hour and a half's gone, mate.
It's whizzed, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've loved today. I've absolutely loved it.
I really have.
And again, if you've got any messages that you know, get in touch with us. Instagram and Twitter, Smile Radio 3, Facebook, Smile Radio Yorkshire. We've had a few people making some beautiful comments to Max Marzipan. yeah, keep your messages coming. We've got a few people watching as well. Pat's still on, bless him.
Oh, what a soldier.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, Pat, but Ruben's coming after you on the old drums.
It is a little bit, yeah.
So now
jump on the electric kit.
Yeah.
Practicing. Put the hours in.
Rather than empty barcodes.
Empty barcodes.
Shall we play it?
Let's have a play.
So, empty barcodes of Max Marzipan's new album called
Drugs Are For Mugs.
Drugs Are For Mugs. Right, listen to it live on Smile Radio. We'll be right back after this.
Where did my grip on reality go, girl? We used to talk all the time. Remember miracles every hour when we used to walk all night. And I don't believe in mine or yours, and I refuse to follow an unknown cause. For generations, oh, the filthy nations, someone else's thoughts. I heard the devil say, all you people scream the same. My money's changing as I'm walking, until I hear the people say, how'd you devils know my name? Is it money changing hands? I lost my faith in love, but I found it in myself. Now the music's blaring, wide eyes staring, empty barcodes on the shelves. We follow barcodes of ourselves. Nervous and drunk as we played to our own cause. We used to rock all the time. Cool running, she was a shape-shifting cowgirl, but she took up all of my time. And I don't believe in mine or yours, and I refuse to follow an unknown cause. For generations, all the filthy nations, someone else's thoughts. I heard the devil say, all you people scream the same. My money's changing as I'm walking, until I hear the people say, how'd you devils know my name? Is it money changing hands? I lost my faith in love, but I found it in myself. Now the music's blaring, wide eyes staring, empty barcodes on the shelves. We follow barcodes, not ourselves, but every given up, no, and every sitting up, Lord, no, and every giving up, no, and every sitting up, Lord, no, not until I fall. I heard the devil say, all you people scream the same. My money's changing as I'm walking, until I hear the people say, how'd you devils know my name? Is your money changing? I heard the devil say, all you people scream the same. My money's changing hands. My money's changing hands.
Hey, this is Kevin Chippendale. Catch me at 13:30, 1:30 on Friday afternoons, only on Smile Radio, the home of the best new indie music and entertainment.
Hi, it's Matt from Apollo Junction here, and you're listening to Rich and a little bit of Chris's show on Smile Radio.
Welcome back to the Rich and a Bit of Chris show with a side of Lee, with just me and Max Marzipan.
Yeah, baby.
I'm loving that. My advice to anybody, if you're going to listen to this album, we're just talking about, if you listen through headphones, it's a completely different listen.
It really is. These headphones are brilliant. It's the first time I've listened through headphones. Listen through Richard's headphones. Don't listen through your own.
Yeah.
Like, come to his house and borrow his.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
It's not going to be the same for your own.
But yeah, like I say, it's only the second time I've actually listened to this album.
Oh yeah.
And first time through headphones, because I listened to it through my laptop.
Speakers, yeah.
Yeah.
Legend. Well, I've only heard it a few times. Before I released it, me and Rube had listened to it and just checked it were all above board. And then, as I was driving home, I blasted it in my car, and I thought, you know what? Should I drive to Elland Road? Wind windows down so Bielsa can hear it. Because he lives in Elland Road, doesn't he?
Yeah. One with mucky neck curtains, yeah.
So I did. I drove down to Elland Road and wound windows down, and I blasted it at Elland Road.
Brilliant.
That were on the second listen. So there you go. Have a listen to that. And they lost the next day because they must have been thinking so much about
the deep, profound lyrics.
Yeah. Just couldn't get
like
their heads
Woman,
off it.
Yeah. Yeah, track number 4.
It's the last thing you want to be thinking about when you're on a football pitch, isn't it? You know.
Yeah. But I have to say, I mean, we get sent literally hundreds. Me and Richie get sent hundreds of submissions every week, and again, apologies for anybody who has sent music, and he's not been put on the system yet. Bear with us, because there is only 2 of us, and we literally, I'm not lying, we literally get hundreds of submissions a week now, which is brilliant. It's brilliant, but it's so well produced. That
thanks.
It is, and Ruben.
Passy thanks on to Rube.
Yeah, if you're listening, well done, man. It just. Yeah, it's really, really, and you listen, and because I'm not, like as I was saying to Max, I am not an expert by any stretch, but I've listened to a lot of music over the last 3 years, especially with the radio. I mean, I've listened to a lot of music over that period anyway, but yeah, some are overproduced.
Yeah.
Some, and you know, there's certain elements that I mean, I don't know the technical terms and stuff, but it's just well produced.
It really is, and I couldn't have done it without Ruben. You know, all the way through my life as a musician, I've known that I've got the capability to write good songs, but I don't have a clue about recording. I'm not a tech head. You know, it's just complete jargon to me, and I don't know if I'll ever understand that side. So, you know, when I first picked up a guitar and started writing tunes, I thought, yeah, I've got the ability to write these good ones, and I know I can perform well as well. But I really need someone, a collaborator, a producer who can tie songs together, and someone who can also record them. And what a blessing that my brother's just become that person.
Yeah, well,
it's
a good music producer can definitely make a track so much better.
100%, yeah.
I know you need the basic bones of the, you know, but a good producer can, you know, completely take it to a different. I'm just trying to think. What it's Civic Green? Can't remember now. And the oh no, it was 26th Avenue. Female fronted band, and she's from Hull.
Oh yeah,
she's definitely captain of that team.
Yeah,
he would be from Hull. Anyway, and they were on it, and they brought some strings onto one of the tracks. I can't remember, February Tears, I think it might be.
Yeah.
And it makes such a difference to the track. It's genius.
Sure.
And you know, and it's a lovely song. It's a beautiful song. But anyway, let's get back to yours. Empty Barcodes. What were that about?
That's the oldest song on the record by a good way. It's about 6 years old. Is that?
Really?
That's when I've had it in bank for a long time. Had that stored up. Yeah, I think I wrote that when I was about 21, and it's an old one. And I wanted to put it on because I thought it's a bit of the past there. And I want to bring that in, and you know, there were a lot of my friends were really supportive when I first started writing songs, and they really liked that era of music,
Mhm.
and I thought they encouraged me a lot. I really liked that song, I knew, so I wanted to bring it and make it full, because it was just like a little acoustic thing at
Right.
first. Didn't have any drums or any backing sort of thing on it, just all acoustic. But I thought I wanted a piece of the past in this record. I wanted a piece of that period in my life, so I could contrast it with everything else. And I thought it'd really shake things up quite a bit. You know? A lot of the tracks have been written in a time in my life when I've been doing really well and I've been really happy. I was really unwell at that time, and so I wanted to bring that in as a juxtaposition in the record. Not just all from the same period. It's a little bit of a History Channel sort of piece, if you will, looking into the past.
Yeah.
Before Max Marzipan, when I was just plain old Max Jones.
So, let's play. I'll let you pronounce this because I struggled earlier on. The last track.
The last one. This is called Imhotep.
We'll talk about this right after it. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Max Marzipan. Not the old Max Jones. We'll be right back after this.
Leave a moment in your tears. Shriek for the loudest wild animal. Your ivory ship of hopes and fears. As a bridge and a bow and a powder keg in the hall. You always said you didn't want to build a castle. You just wanted to stay. You just wanted to stay and lay your head. You said you didn't want to build a castle. You just wanted to stay in someone else's. Sometimes it felt like you were dying. Sometimes it lasted
Welcome back to Rich and a Bit of Chris show with a side of Lee, but we're just me and Max Marzipan.
What up, what up?
What up? Absolutely brilliant, mate. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Loving it. So just tell the listeners again, where can they get your album from?
You can find it on Bandcamp on sale for £8.91. That's 99p per track. And also you can find it on YouTube for free, but you can't download it off YouTube. So if you want to actually own the stuff, and that's on Bandcamp, and it's going to be on Spotify very, very soon.
So there you go. So again, just if you've missed this show, any other show, you can go to our website, www.smileradio.co/on-demand.
Right.
You can listen for free on the website, or you can download the podcast for £1.
You can.
So there you go. Just so you know, you only get 62p for each pound that we sell anyway.
So buy two. It's Richard's Brassic.
Big wife and small family to keep. But anyway, all I have to say, Max Marzipan, thank you so much for sharing your afternoon with me. I've absolutely loved it.
You are most welcome. Thank you too.
Download it, listen to the album. It's a brilliant album. I love it, I love it, I love it. So I just want to say thanks again. Ruben, you absolute superstar. Loving your work. Well produced.
Top man.
Yeah.
And big shout out to Corey Howie on backing vocals, Pat Spillane on drums for Woman, and to Jordan Flynn and Anfred Dilworth for backing vocals on the Gang Chants for Imhotep.
There you go.
Boy.
So we're going to finish up with a bit of Big Rooster Jeff, MPC, which is my favourite track from the boys. So
That's right.
all there's left to say is thanks everybody for tuning in. Look after yourself.
And if you'd like to hear the Big Rooster Jeff stuff live, we're recording a live album in Dewsbury on Saturday the 13th of November, Dewsbury Socialist Club. We're going to be there, and you can be a part of Rooster history if you come on down to that.
Yeah, so get yourself down. So again, if you want to find out any more information, get in touch with us, Instagram and Twitter, Smile Radio 3, Facebook, Smile Radio Yorkshire, or drop me an email, richard@smileradio.co. So this is MPC by the Big Rooster Jeff boys. All I have to say, thanks Max Marzipan, stay safe, and don't forget guys, give us 3 rings when you get in. Say that.
Push it